Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. Now for my regular subscribers and followers, you know that I make videos about setting up different flight yokes and joysticks and sensitivities and setting up controllers basically to use with Flight Simulator 2020. I've always been slightly ashamed, specifically since Flight Simulator 2020 has released, that I've never owned a pair of rudder pedals. Now, I did a video recently about telling you one of the uses for this stopwatch on the Flight Yoke system. I'll link it in the top right for you. One of my viewers and subscribers on that video mentioned he made a comment which I pinned, and then he came back with another comment saying that he noticed I was using the Xbox controller triggers for my rudder on the ground. He said, is there a reason for that, or do you not own rudder pedals? He said there is a point to the question. I'll link his whole comment on screen for you. He sent me an email, and he actually said to me he would like to send me a pair of rudder pedals. He would like to buy and send me a pair of rudder pedals. I was quite hesitant because I know rudder pedals are not cheap at the moment and you have to pay quite a lot of money for them. But he said to me that he had the means to do this. I won't link you the whole email because it contains personal information from both of us, but he had the means to do it and he would like to do it to contribute to my channel. So I said, listen, okay, it's really nice, and I understand. If you're going to do it, be reasonable with the price. Now, he actually sent me a 30-minute video that he recorded, 30-minute plus, about the whole process of him choosing rudder pedals for me. I'll show you some of it on screen as I'm talking. Now, he actually went through the video, actually found a pair of rudder pedals which he felt were ideal, and then he asked me for an address. I'm in a temporary place at the moment. I'll be moving within the next month, so I gave my work address. Yesterday, I got into work, and I had a lovely surprise waiting for me. This is the inner box. It came in a huge outer box from Amazon. It came from the USA, apparently. Aces Dawn 1, actually from the USA. But this was the inner box. I've not opened it fully yet. I have taken this other box out to check the contents. Look. Thrustmaster TFRP rudder pedals. Now, Aces Dawn, if I was going to buy a pair of rudder pedals, it would have likely been, if I was going to pay full price specifically, it would have been one of the Thrustmaster ranges of rudder pedals. These look fantastic. I'm just going to link something from the email he sent me, or part of it. I'll put it on screen. And he just said that something like, you know, somebody had done him, shown him kindness at one point, and he wants to reciprocate that to somebody else. That really struck at my heartstrings. I just wanted to say, I know your real name, of course, Aces Dawn 1, but I won't use it in this video. But thank you for these. These are ideal for me, or they look ideal for me. What I'm going to do, I've got an ideal space where I currently live, underneath the desk there. I'm going to set these up, probably install a driver for them, maybe play around with one or two sensitivity settings in Flight Simulator so they feel right for me. I won't release a video on sensitivities yet for these, or a review yet, because I've not had them for long enough. I think you need to use them for a week or so. But I'll set them up, and then I'll give you my first impressions of these. Okay, so I've got the rudder pedals set up under my desk. I've got the drivers installed. Unfortunately, this desk comes with the place I'm renting at the moment. It doesn't have a gap at the back, so I can't thread them around the back and around the back of the PC. So I don't know if you can see this, but the lead is going behind my throttle system here, throttle quadrant here, and into the PC that way. But it's not a massive inconvenience. The wires are not in the way. Now I am wearing slippers, you have to bear with me. I'm one of those people who do like to wear slippers. I'm going to move the rudders. See, it's a sliding motion like that. But as you can see when I do that, I hope you can see that on screen. Obviously the rudders in the simulator move one-to-one with that, which is great. When I set these up, they did come with -50 sensitivity on the axis, on the actual sliding axis here. I've just altered that slightly. Not going to release a video on sensitivity for rudders yet. I've got to test them a bit more. But let's just power up a little bit. Throttle up. Release the parking brake. Get my view centered. Hopefully I can do this through the lens of my camera. A little bit more throttle. There we go, we're moving now. The motion of using rudders on the ground to steer your aircraft is fantastic. Very immersive as well. Remember, I've not used rudder pedals before. Yeah, that just feels great. Absolutely great. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's just brake there and put the parking brake back on. Obviously, you tip your feet forward for the parking brake. I'm not going to do a review of these rudder pedals yet. I'm just showing you the actions of them. Tip them forward for the brake. Either pedal, both pedals have a brake independent of each other, so it's good for turning and taxiing your aircraft and goodness knows what. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go full screen on this so you can see a better picture of the actual simulator, and I'll describe my impressions when I go full screen. Okay, so we're lined up on the runway at Gatwick. Let's just throttle up about halfway. I just want to test these rudder pedals a little bit more on the ground. Yeah, it just feels great. The immersion, because I know in the cockpit in the simulators there's rudder pedals just below the yoke here, as you can see here. And now I've got my feet on a pair of actual rudder pedals. Oops. Still getting used to it. Steering the aircraft on the ground, or driving the aircraft on the ground, in effect. Let's go full throttle and take off. It just adds a lot of immersion to an already very immersive simulator. Obviously with the graphics. And for me, the flight model, once you get those sensitivities right. Let's take off here. I'm not going to do anything too ambitious. I want to gain a bit of altitude because I want to practice banking and turning with the rudder pedals and yoke combined to give me more balanced turns in the aircraft, or banking in the aircraft. I've got a wind layer on. I didn't turn it off. Keep forgetting about that. Wish there was a way of turning that off. By default there probably is. I'll need to look into that. Let's get a little bit more altitude. And then we'll practice some banking with the pedals and yoke combined. Okay, that would do. Let's turn to our left here. Going to feed in a little bit of left rudder with the pedals. It just makes that turning so much easier. So much easier. Let's come back to centre. Still not got the pitch quite right there. It's okay. Let's turn to our right. Feed in a bit of right rudder. Oh yeah. Just makes it feel more proper, shall we say. More realistic. Just going to feed in a little bit of left to get it back to centre. Ah, wonderful. Remember, this is my first time using rudder pedals, so if my procedures are not quite correct, although they do feel correct, keep it in mind it's my first go with them. Ah, just feels wonderful. Just banking now, turning now. Wonderful reflections on the window there. Love Flight Simulator 2020 for all its many great effects. Oh yeah, yeah. Aces Dawn, thank you. The immersion level for me has increased doubly now. I won't say by tenfold, because that will be exaggerating a little bit, because it was already a very immersive simulator. Having a set of rudder pedals beneath my feet now, whilst flying just a simple aircraft like the Cessna, although this is certainly my favourite aircraft to fly in Flight Simulator 2020, having a set of rudder pedals beneath my feet has just increased my immersion. Incredibly enjoyable. I'm going to be playing this, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll certainly be playing this tomorrow. Try to finish getting the bits and pieces of that UK update downloaded. No problem patching the main simulator. It's now the marketplace which seems to be troubling me in terms of downloads, but I'll get that hopefully all downloaded. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Listen, people, go and look at that original video, the video that I made about the stopwatch feature on the yoke. I linked it before in this video. Go and give Ace's Dawn comment a thumbs up. It's a shame his video he made for me is unlisted, because I would be telling you to go and look at that video, but it's unlisted. But yeah, give his comment a thumbs up. Incredibly gracious, kind gesture he's done for me here. And now I'm going to reciprocate that. I know a friend is starting a YouTube channel. I'm going to send her a gift to help her on her way. I've got another YouTube friend, an old friend on YouTube, who I want to send a gift to at some point as well. But yeah, loving this. It does make a huge difference to the immersion factor and to the procedures of actually banking left and right as well. Makes it a lot more easier and makes it feel more proper. So thank you very much. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.